freshman offensive lineman Zach Quinney.
Did you expect to play as many reps as you did last Saturday?
Honestly, I didn't expect it. I knew on Thursday that I was going to be getting the start, but I expected more of a rotation. But honestly, I'm glad that I got the amount of reps I did. I feel like it helped me a lot and get that first major game out the way so I could just go the rest of the season without any hiccups.
Will that make this road game to Pitt a little easier for you this week?
Oh, without a doubt. I know more of what to expect now and just ready to go. We got to practice hard and get ready for them.
What was it like physically to play that many reps at that level? I mean, you played a lot in high school, but probably never 80 snaps or whatever, or 81 snaps in a college football game. That's going to be a lot different.
Right. Well, I mean, it was different. The next day, I'm not going to lie, I was pretty tired. It was hard to walk around, but at the time, your adrenaline's just flowing so much that you really just don't even think about it. Like when I was told that I played 81 plays, I was like, no, I didn't. Like, there's no way. But that's just how it goes, I guess.
What was it like in the fourth quarter? I mean, as far as conditioning and that type of thing?
Well, Coach Johnson really stresses conditioning, and all our strength coaches, Coach Sisk and all them. So I feel like we were ready to play that many snaps, and we were all in shape enough to do it. But so by the end of the game, we were all still ready to go. We could have probably played another quarter if we needed to.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think you've done you've kind of moved ahead of the other guys that came in at the same time you did in terms of get into the starting lineup and stuff? What do you think you've done successfully to kind of push yourself into that position?
I mean, honestly, I've just always stressed hard work, and right now it's just great to finally have everybody see my hard work pay off. So yeah, just work hard. Been working hard in the weight room. I've gotten bigger. I've gained some weight, and I'm still working on doing that even more and more to continue to increase my ability.
Is there someone on the line in particular who's helped you out?
Really, all of them, but honestly, probably Parker the most. He makes it easy to play when he's standing beside you. He makes all the calls, and he makes sure you know what you're doing, and it's just easy to play beside him.
How have the calls been coming out from center on out to you?
I feel like we've been communicating really well. That's something that Coach Seawalk stresses every single day, and we work on it. We just finished working on it out there. So, I mean, I'll hear calls from the backside guard, tackle, all the way over, and everybody echoes it. So it really just helps us out a lot.
So he makes the calls for the whole line?
Yeah, well, we all echo all our calls so that everybody can hear it, including the backfield and everybody. So that's what helps.
Was there a moment when you realized, I got this, I can play? Was anything happen?
Yeah, well, honestly, the first couple plays of USF were nerve-wracking. It being, I mean, I played against Alcorn State a little bit too, but that'd be my first major college football game. So the first couple plays, I was really nervous about it. But after I got those out of the way, I realized that, I'm back. Like, I'm finally getting back into my groove, and I can do this.
You're facing a Pitt defense that has a lot of experience, good linebackers, 3 seniors linebackers. Imagine that's going to be a pretty good challenge for you guys.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it'll be a challenge for sure, but, I feel like we're experienced up front too. I mean, I think I'm the only one that hasn't been playing a lot. So it'll be interesting to see, an experienced offensive line go up against an experienced front seven as well.
Besides making the calls, what are the ways that has Parker helped you get out command?
Well, we talk about it all the time. He just always tells me that that I have the ability to do it and kind of keeps my nerves under control. Like, he's 2 lockers away from me in the locker room, so we talk about that kind of stuff all the time. He's always helping me out.
What was it like doing the road trip and all of that stuff too? I imagine that was kind of an eye-opening experience as a guy who's playing. You may have traveled last year, I don't remember. But
Yeah, I did. I traveled last year, but this year it was almost like a new experience, knowing that I'm about to play and just getting my mind right and getting focused, ready to play the game.
Are you concerned at all about family back home? I know they're a little bit priced south.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I miss them and all, if that's what you're saying, but they make it to almost all the games and talk to them all the time.
No, I meant with the hurricane that's coming through, that's going to hit like.
Oh, yeah, well, they should be okay. We're back home from Savannah, and they'll probably get some rain and stuff, but major parts of it I don't think is going to hit there.
Anything else for Zach? All right.
All right, thank you all.
Score and keep scoring in the second
Right.
half. What did you see towards the end of the the fourth quarter Saturday?
I think I just like the way we came out of halftime. Throughout the second half, I feel like the offense was clicking, and we were continuing to score, continue to put points on the board and help the defense out. And I just think we were just, railroaded by a turnover a couple turnovers and a couple penalties.
You think, we've been talking about, and as you guys have had the bad luck with having two score leads and losing ultimately,
Right.
is that something that's on your mind at all when you're playing in a situation like that, or?
I mean, I guess you can't really let it get to you
All right.
because it'll affect the way you play on the field. But it's definitely in the back of your head thinking like, man, here it is again. Thinking because you start the new season off, you're like, all right, this is a new season. And then you start getting flashbacks from the last season with the double-digit loss. I mean, lead and double, you know what I mean? So, I mean, you can't really let it fluster you, but it's definitely in the back of your head.
How do you push that away? How do you, go on to the next week and not have that hanging over you?
I think our coaches and players do a good job of just kind of trying to flush it, regardless if it's like a win or a loss. We just try to flush it and get ready for the next opponent.
You played a lot of snaps on Saturday. Obviously, it wasn't a heavy passing game.
Right.
Stretch, what's that like playing that much, but you're not really super involved in terms of touching the football?
I mean, as a recruit, you see these things, and I was still urged to come here because I just like the program and everything it has going on. So when you come in here, you accept your role and you just play with it.
I think you had one target maybe.
Yeah.
It was one he bounced into on the screen.
Yeah, I think I had
Good catch.
three targets and one catch. Yeah.
You look at Pitt's secondary, a couple seniors, a couple juniors, so they have a lot of experience. What do you see from them?
They're a very heavy man coverage team, and they like to press up. So we're making an effort this week to work us on our releases, getting off the ball, and kind of running the corner off to occupy them while we, run the ball behind us.
Are you on any special teams?
I'm on field goal. That's the only special teams. I'm gonna like back up on a couple, like kickoff and kickoff return.
Oh, okay.
But they got me at the wing on field goal right now.
Have they made any changes, like drafted you on the kickoff or kickoff return this week at all? Have you heard anything like that?
I have not heard anything, not yet.
With kind of, as you guys try to kind of find your identities in offense and stuff, what do you kind of do at your position to try to help, I guess, figure out what your role is going to be and that kind of thing in this offense this year?
Could you?
Let me ask it a different way. In terms of your role in the offense and
Right.
kind of what you're doing, kind of how do you, I guess, kind of build your own sort of identity like Brad did or Ricky or whatever?
I guess you just find out what the team needs out of you, and then you just work from there. So if the team needs you as a very physical blocker or a deep ball threat, then you just assume the role.
It seemed like you and Brad did a good job along with A-backs in terms of the perimeter blocking in the second half of the game. Was there anything in particular the coach said to you guys at halftime or that you guys noticed during the game that made that kind of a key point?
I just think Coach Johnson, being the mastermind that he is, he just kind of kept like a secret little formation in his back pocket that he didn't really want to show. So I guess, we came out in that, and it really benefited. We benefited from it.
Do you like playing in that tight formation like that?
I do. It gives me an advantage on the bigger guys because I can kind of like sneak up on them instead of them seeing me coming. So I can get on them before they can get onto me. So it does help me out.
Tell me, we've spoken since you made that catch, the non-catch against
Right.
Alcorn State. Tell me just kind of what that was like, how that play happened. And
It was a vertical, so I released outside, and I was looking back to see if Taquan was going to throw a back shoulder or throw it deep, and I saw the ball in the air, and I saw the trajectory, so I kind of flipped my head and saw that it was almost out of bounds. So in my head, I was just trying to tip it to get back in bounds, and then I put my hand up there and it just started sticking. I guess I just brought it down. Yeah.
what was your thoughts about whether you were inbound or not?
I'm pretty biased. I think I was in bounds.
Anything else for Jalen?
Chris, as the wing on field goal, what's kind of your responsibility?
I'm
Like guys coming off the edge, I guess.
right. I'm just protecting the edge for any leakage coming off the edge, and I'm helping the tight end with this arm and just protecting him.
We know what the offense loses without Pravante out there on the field. What does it lose as far as leadership? What else he brings to the offense?
I mean, I think of course his physical ability to run the ball, that's huge, but and also his leadership in the locker room, and but I also think that we have some great guys behind him that'll assume his role.
All right, thanks, Taylor.
Thank you.
All right, questions for quarterback Taquan Marshall?
How's your toe?
It's a lot better than Saturday, that's for sure. So I'm doing pretty well.
I imagine that was pretty frustrating, given the way kind of you guys are playing pretty well to go down. You just had a great run, and to go down like that.
Yeah, it was definitely frustrating. I didn't think it was too bad when I first got up, but as I started to walk, it was a little bit more than what I thought it could be. So I just tried to shake it off then, but then I couldn't really plan on it. So I just went to the sideline, tried to get it a little taped up and stuff.
Was it just a weird step or something, or did something?
I think it was when I was running, my toe was already flexed, and the guy kind of gator tackled me, and it just flexed even more. So it made it bend more than it probably should.
How do you rehab a toe?
It's tough. I probably get 5 hours of treatment a day on it.
Serious?
Yeah, so it's tough to rehab, but it's a lot of ice, a lot of massage, a lot of laser, a lot of stretch. So I get that probably 4 times a day. Yeah.
Do you feel limitations? I mean, you said you're feeling better. Do you feel any limitations?
Not really too much, but I'll probably modify my game a little bit.
What do you see from Pitt's defensive scheme?
They got a lot of guys returning that have played against our offense before, so they got a lot of experience over there. Got some big guys up front, got some guys that can run. So I'm expecting the same look as they gave us last year. They might switch it up a little bit, but we'll be ready to go on Saturday.
Did you get to take some snaps with Kenny today?
I actually didn't get any snaps with Kenny today. I'm pretty sure I'll get some tomorrow.
How was Tobias's performance from your perspective? I imagine that was interesting to watch.
He's a phenomenal player. As you can see, he can run the ball very well. Took a lot of hits. I know he's a little winded sometimes, but I mean, I thought he played phenomenal. Scored 3 touchdowns. Put the team on his back, just trying to lead the guys down the field, putting the ball in the end zone. So I thought he played great.
How do you keep from getting too much into your head during a situation like that?
Don't get in my head at all. I enjoy watching them play. I mean, of course, it was tough being on the sideline knowing that I was ready to go back in, but I think Coach Johnson made the right move.
Did you have to do a little convincing?
No, I didn't have to do any convincing. I let him know that I was ready, and I think when he was ready to put me in, I went back in.
Knowing that you've got Tobias behind you and how well he played, does that allow you to free you up to kind of, when you have, injury or something, to go back in and say, if I get hurt, we're in good hands with Tobias?
Yeah, well, I mean, I like to consider myself pretty tough, so even if I get a little banged up, I don't really want to come out just because I know I can get through it. I mean, we all saw what Aaron Rodgers did the other night. Got banged up, went to the locker room, came back out, threw 3 touchdowns. So I like to consider myself pretty tough, so I don't really like to come out even though if I'm banged up. But knowing that Tobias can come in, and I knew he could do that all along, but just knowing that he can come in and still take control of the offense and move the ball downfield, it's just a little extra, extra confidence.
It seemed like you played a lot better Saturday overall compared to the first game. You feel like you were kind of getting a little more comfortable? I mean, obviously the 2 picks aside, because it was hitting your arm or whatever. It was just but it seemed like you played pretty well.
Yeah, well, I told you last week I'd play a lot better that weekend coming up, so I expected it out of myself. But I had a couple hiccups. I mean, it's probably going to be like that every game. I try to be perfect, but nobody's perfect. So I had a couple hiccups that can be fixed, and I saw that on film, and Coach Johnson let me know when I was coming to the sidelines. And some of the things, it was something that I knew, but just kind of playing too fast in my head. But, yeah, I mean, I knew I'd come out and play better on Saturday. So it'll be the same way this week. I'll come out and be even better than I was last week.
What are your thoughts about Cavante being out?
It sucks. I mean, it hurts to see him not being able to play, and I know he was pretty down on himself yesterday coming back. But I let him know, like, hey, no matter what, we're going to have your back. We still going to need your leadership. Say you're going to come back a better player. Keep grinding. After your surgery, just come in ready to work, which I know he will. He's going to, and I guarantee you next season he'll be a lot stronger, a lot faster, and a lot bigger.
What do you like about Jordan?
He's a big back that can run the ball. He runs it. He runs tough, just like Cavante does. I think all the B-backs do, actually. They all have a little different swagger about them. And I think JP has a different swagger about him than Cavante does, and Jerry and Christian. But he runs the ball hard. He's a bigger guy. So.
What do you make of the team having all these games with the 2-score leads and also being on the road? What do you think about that?
It's tough. I mean, I think it's a little curse that we have to break. It's like, I mean, I don't think I've won a road game since my sophomore year. So it's something that's going to change. I mean, we got to fix it. I don't know what it is exactly yet, but it's going to be fixed. It needs to be fixed really soon because we're playing on the road again. So, yeah, it'll be fixed. It'll be fixed.
Have you noticed that you guys play any differently on the road, or there's some sort of different vibe or anything like that?
No, I mean, we had almost, 600 yards of offense. You can do the same thing at home, but I really don't know what it is, honestly. I mean, we just have to finish the game. And this past weekend we didn't do that, and we pay for it.
Do you do anything to pick Quay up after that's a tough break for him and obviously for the team overall too? But he's been a guy that's won a lot of games for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, of course you don't get on to him. Of course he knows that it was. I mean, we all make mistakes. We're not perfect. Of course we wanted him to hold on to the ball, but I just went over to him because I messed up earlier in the game, and I was kind of down on myself on the sideline. And he knew I was. He came up to me, said, yeah, we talked about it before the game. Coach Johnson said, you just got to move on to the next play. You can't do anything about the pass play. Came up to me, said, what we talked about. Just got to move on. I said, yeah, you're right. When he messed up, went over to him, I said, we just talked about it. We got to move on. That's what you just talked to me about. He said, I got you. Came back out the next possession, got like an 18-yard run. So I think he kind of flushed it. But talked to him in the locker room after the game and told him, I said, we get to Charlotte in December, we won't even think about this game, so it won't even matter.
How important was it that you got that big pass with Clinton and kind of got one of those under your belt that you've kind of misfired on a couple times?
It's huge because I know last year, who knows, I probably could have overthrown the guy, thrown it too short, something like that. But I just tried to put it on him and let him run up under it. And that happened. I mean, it was super exciting, especially for the first play, coming off of one of their huge kick returns, just to be able to answer that really quickly. It was exciting.
Do you see specific moments like that where you said last year wouldn't have connected that pass? Just where you can see the difference in what you're doing.
Yeah, I focused on it a lot in the off season. So that's one of the things I've really been working on in practice, just hitting the wide open guys. And I think that started in camp. So it's just translating over to the game.
Your reaction looked like, hey, there's a big weight off my back.
Yeah, I mean, it's always huge to be able to put up a score after something big like that, especially on the road. The crowd's really into the game. It's really loud. And just to silence the crowd with one play, I mean, it was pretty huge for us.
It seemed like it took a lot of composure for you guys to bounce. And the two kick returns, that would break a lot of team spirit. You guys came right back and went right back down the field. It seemed like that was kind of a growing moment in a way, too, even though you didn't win the game.
Yeah, it was no pressure. I mean, you can't go out there rattled just because they had two kick returns back-to-back. We knew what the play was. We knew how to execute it. Just went out there. Everybody was calm in the huddle. I called the play. I said, let's go down and score. So we got to answer to the kick return. First play, wide open, just tried to hit him, went down and answered.
About losing the games, Henri was saying something yesterday, and maybe this more applies to defense, but that everyone's trying so hard to make something happen that maybe they're kind of going beyond their responsibility. And do you think maybe that's part of it? Wherever, I mean, like you're sensing that we got to do something, and so maybe try too hard or press. Or
I can definitely sense that. I mean, of course, when it comes down to crunch time, everybody wants to be that person to make the play. I mean, you want to be that guy to make the difference, and I mean that's everyone. So I think that could be the case sometimes, where maybe everyone's trying to be that one person to make the play, and then something hiccups or something happens, and it just doesn't go your way. But I think just in that situation, you just kind of got to relax. Just stick to what you know, and just go with that.
What are you seeing from Kenny out there?
It's good to see Coop back. He's been running really well. I think he's still trying to get in a little shape. I can see him a little winded out there, but he's moving really, really well. So it's great to see him back out there. I know it's been a long time coming for him.
He's getting contact and everything out there.
Mm-hmm.
Was he just with Tuesday? Is that why you didn't take snaps with him? Or?
Actually, I just didn't get any with him before practice. Yeah.
Mentally, how important would you say it is for the team to bounce back from Saturday and get their first ACC win?
Huge. Last week was a big game for us. This week's an even bigger game for us. Coach Johnson always tells us, you're an ACC play on your side of the division, the game counts too with the tiebreaker. So this game's really, really, really big for us. So I expect a lot of energy. I think there will be a lot of energy because the guys know what's at stake. We're all trying to get to Charlotte. That's the ultimate goal. So, and it starts this weekend. So we have to win this game in order to get there in December.
What have you been telling the team?
I don't have to tell them anything. They know what's at stake.
Last couple of times you guys went up to Pitt, you had to bring your own energy. The crowd really wasn't into it until maybe later in the game when they took the lead. And I know some of the players talked about it. You know, how do you approach that?
The energy will be there. The music will be playing pregame. Everybody will be hyped. The energy will be there. And when we come out the tunnel, everybody will be ready to play. And when you start making big plays and having fun, the energy is it's just gonna automatically come. So I think that's what's gonna happen.
Do you do any extra work with JP in terms of mesh and stuff like that? Or you feel comfortable?
Yeah, I'm really comfortable with him. I mean, we do it all camp, all off season, so in the spring. So I mean, I'm really comfortable with him. I know where he likes the ball. So
is that where it helps that Coach Kendi does? You guys rotate
Mm-hmm.
quarterbacks and B-backs throughout practice?
Yeah, so we work with all the B-backs, like each quarterback does. So if one goes down or one is not in, then you don't skip a beat.
What do you think about the white helmets?
I love them. They got little gold speckles in them. I think the design's pretty cool, so I'm excited to wear them.
Anything else for Taquan?
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
All right, questions for B-back Jordan Mason?
What effect does it have on your approach now that you know that Cervante, is out for the season, and how did you accept that?
I mean, you never want to accept a first string starting running back with him just going out like that. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, but you know what I'm saying? It's next man up, so it's my turn to shine, do whatever I got to do. You know.
Do you talk to him or said anything?
Oh yeah.
Conversation since the.
Oh yeah, I had to send him a little text message. You know what I'm saying? Just stay up. You know what I'm saying? Praying for a speedy recovery. You know, things like that.
Do you feel pressure like you have big shoes to fill?
Oh yeah, I mean I got to fill a big spot from him. How many yards he have? I don't know. He had I know he had over 1,000. So yeah, I got to step up. You know.
What was kind of your evaluation of your play on Saturday and kind of when you went back and watched film?
I played all right. I mean, they were stopping the running game a lot, so we had to do some sweeps, and I had to block a lot. But it's whatever. I can block, I can run, so I'd like to do both.
It seemed like you and Tobias had a good rhythm when he came in, and you were kind of blocking for him.
You know, I agree with that. I mean, it's kind of an easy block when you're blocking the corner at safety because they're more little. You know what I'm saying? So you can kind of bully them. You know. See.
How did you find out that Cervante was out, and then what was your first reaction?
Well, I had heard something about it, but I was like, no, I'm not gonna listen to that. But I was coming downstairs from my room, and he was walking in with some crutches, and then I was like, yikes. And then he was like, yeah, man, it's your turn. It's your time to shine. I was like, yeah, I know I got a big spot to fill. And he was like, yeah, you do. And then, so, yeah. That was my first time I seen him.
That was this morning, or that was?
It was actually, was it? No, it was yesterday. It was yesterday.
Okay.
I saw him yesterday night.
When you say your room, like coming out of your
My dorm. Mm-hmm.
We talked to Zach about, getting that first road game out of the way and
Zach.
making it easier going up to Pitt. Do you feel the same
Oh,
way?
okay. Please repeat that. I was trying to see who Zach was. All right.
His
We-
first
no,
name,
we-
Zach. When he
Just trying to get us back.
All right.
We talked about how he feels it's going to be easier for him to play the second road game than it was the first one, now that you got that behind you.
I mean, every football game is just a football game to me, you know what I'm saying? Just go out there, play, do what you've been taught, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, that's Zach Quinty, but, you know what I'm saying? Me is just take every game like it's every game. I mean, don't switch up.
Do you say anything to Christian this week? I mean, he's kind of gets pulled into a situation now where he's the emergency guy.
Oh, you talking about Christian? Yeah, that's about the same spot I was in last year.
Yeah, that's
you
what I
know.
was gonna say.
Yeah, I mean it's exciting. It's exciting because you never know if you're gonna play or not. So he got to be ready to step up and do his thing if he get in, or if anything happened to me or Jerry.
How hard was that last year? You traveled some early in the season. It looked like you and Jerry were going back and forth whether who was going to play.
No, Jerry had it the whole time. He was second the whole time. But like I said, I go back to the Miami game. I was enjoying my time there. I was having fun on the sideline, just chilling. I was ready to play myself. But, yeah, Jerry was second the whole time, though.
I imagine you would have liked to have had that role. Where you
Oh,
played
yeah.
4 games.
Oh, yeah. I wish I would have.
What do you think about now being the number one guy and then, being the guy that's going to be kind of targeted and
Yeah. Well, it goes back to just, you know what I'm saying, it's a big spot to fill. I know I'm going to be targeted a lot now because, you know what I'm saying, I just did the USF game, so now people are going to start looking at me and, you know what I'm saying, so got to do what I got to do, basically, yeah.
I haven't seen a whole lot of your running style. I apologize. You and Garante different? Same? I mean, I know it's the same position, but what do you feel like that you're kind of your style of running different ends maybe?
Well, Cavante, he's more of a just, you know what I'm saying, downhill, you know what I'm saying, hit hard running back. And I'm just well, I can say I'm that too, but I got a little bit more movement and more cuts than him, so I can say that. But yeah, Cavante, he can hit it real hard. That's what he has up on me though. Mm-hmm.
It seems like you glide almost like a little bit through, like reading the blocks and kind of can turn your body a little bit to hit.
Yeah, that goes back to high school where I played like back and not, you know what I'm saying, just lying down and straight head. You know what I'm saying? I get to see everything where I'm at, just sitting like that. So it goes back to high school, yeah.
What messages have coaches given you and now being the guy? What do they ask of you? Is it just kind of the same thing that they always do?
Well, Coach Johnson is not a coach that's going to come up to you and be like, let's do it, let's go. He just, you know what I'm saying, it's just next man up. He haven't said anything to me, so, yeah.
What would you say you took away from Saturday's game that you're going to take into Pittsburgh?
I'm gonna take. I need to block harder because they're gonna have some linebackers that. Well, we already seen like our scouting report, and they have big linebackers that I have to block. You know what I'm saying, on inside plays. So I need to take my blocking over into the Pittsburgh game.
Is there a particular aspect of the blocking that you feel like you need to get better at the most?
Especially cutting. I've never cut in my life until I got to Georgia Tech. So, I mean, I need to keep on working on cutting and cutting and cutting.
Anything else for Jordan?
What happened to the punches?
The punches? Oh, man, that's a long story. I actually need to say this. My first name is Jordan, my middle name is Ponchez, and my last name is Mason. Somehow in the mix, somebody got Ponchez Mason as my last name, and it's just Jordan Ponchez. Yeah.
So your name completely changed.
Yeah, it just completely changed when I got here. I was like, okay, wow.
I think there's about
Oh man. I feel you.
So what was it like when, I mean, it's not your name, obviously, for people calling you.
Yeah, I don't like the first time I saw it was actually on the video game. Somebody texted me a picture of the video game and said Ponchez-Mason. I was like, what? Like, what? That's not my name. It's not my name. So I mean, my dad was especially mad, but I was just like, all right, I'm gonna text Coach Lutz and let him know. Yeah. So that happened.
Good deal.
All right.
Thanks, Jordan.
All right, you.